Well, hi, folks. Welcome to my November pickfest. Our monthly pickfest, and that's when I just pull out some different various guitars and just have some fun. And here's one here. This is a great guitar. I know you can't out pretty a White Falcon. And it just so happens I'm starting the month down in Savannah, Georgia area with my good friend Fred Gretsch and Dinah, his wife, and also Father John, his priest, because I'm actually playing at Fred's church on the 7th. On the 6th, I'll be at my good friend Randy Wood's place. They're the old time picking parlor. And so we got to do a little Gretsch action here. Let's see what we can come up with it. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is to ride along. Oh, yeah. Oh, jingle bells. Oh, jingle bells. Oh, yeah. Ha! And as they say in Wikipedia land, that is a Thanksgiving song. And so it's appropriate for my November pickfest, I guess. And yeah, you can look that up. It was written by a guy named James Lord Pierpont. And he was up around Boston, Massachusetts, and later on became a Southerner. Lived in Savannah, Georgia, of all things, right where I'm going. And there's a plaque down there right across from the church where he used to be the song director. And that's where he wrote that song. Now, some people say he wrote it up in Boston area in a tavern, but history would show it that it's probably more likely that he wrote it in Savannah, according to the History Channel. So, in any rate, he wrote it in the 1800s, and it was first played at his church. And so, even though it was he was sort of a renegade at times, and the song was kind of that way as well in its day. One Horse Open Sleigh, I think, was the first title of it. Here's a good one. Bigsby. Now this one did not come with a Bigsby, but this was on an old guitar out of the '60s that I had when I was a kid. Uh, Seemed like I had it on an L5 Gibson or something, and it fit just perfectly on this guitar. This is a 55 reissue with a solid top, guys, and lacquer finish, and it has, oh man, it has all the good stuff. These are the T. Armans. They're really great. Duane Eddy. Now, that's one I haven't played in a long time. And boy, did I get it out of tune or what. But that's a song I wrote called Duane Thing. Oh, man. I love Duane. You know, for the longest time, I thought, how could he do that, control it, you know, with his right hand? And then when I got up the stage, I was playing with him one time at the Ryman Auditorium, Duane Eddy, and they were honoring him. Chet Atkins was there. They were also honoring Grady Martin. And I was on the show with Duane, and we did some Chet stuff to honor him because it was called Chet Atkins Days. And oh wow, there were a lot. Peter Frampton was on the show, and Vince Gill. Oh man, a lot of great players. But anyway, I saw him do it. But John Fogerty was there. I mean, everybody ran to the stage to watch Duane. And he just has a voice on the guitar that's just amazing. It really is. I want to say special thanks to a lot of the folks who have been really good to us, GHS Strings, for feeding these things. And I just put a new set on this last night. I put a wound third. You know, this is your grandpa's guitar and better and more, I should say. And so I love to hear that real clean, clear, round tone that you get out of a wound third string. And also I have a little heavier bottom, but not too much. I think these are custom sets that they made for me. And I'm tuning right now with my little AC3 Zoom pedal. And I'm also going through the orange acoustic pedal. And so you get I turned part of this off, but you get a really nice bass. This guitar also has something a little different in it. If you look closely, you can see it has a loaded bridge here. And I put this little piece of foam on here because it was ringing out a lot and I could have done a little better job. But you see the wires going under the pickup, and they didn't alter the guitar. I say they, it was Kelly Barber. You see under the pickguard there's a 9-volt battery. And I kept looking at the controls and I thought, well, we don't need a master volume. That could be the blend. Because I looked at the controls from Lloyd Baggs' website on what comes with this bridge. Is it the X bridge system? Anyway, it's a loaded bridge system that he has on the Tune-O-Matic bridge type thing. And then instead of having a tone control, we actually omitted that and then made another toggle switch down here. Normally it comes with a mini toggle, and then Kelly turned it into a regular toggle switch. And Kelly Barber, Action Sound in Hawkins, Texas, did the work. And so you can actually, if you wanted to play rhythm guitar, and then you can mix it, of course, just the pickups. If you want to mix them, put it in the middle here. And I have it just barely on. What I like to do is this. When you really hear it come in. Without it. Well, I love the sound of those T-Armas. Now I'm going to turn this pickup down just a little bit and put it back in though. special thanks to Orange Amps, I'm also going through 2 amps. I'm splitting this, going through the AC3 and then also the little orange acoustic pedal. And then I'm going through a TC Chorus, one of the old ones, and I got that idea off Eric Johnson. I think I did it years ago, but I didn't think much about it, and then I saw that he was doing it all the time. I'm thinking a lot about it now, and so I really he sold me on that whole idea of splitting, using that as a splitter. And it really cleans up the sound with the op amp that's in there or whatever that might be. I'm not, an engineer. But I have one going into the little acoustic, Crush acoustic, and then the other one going into the Tremlord, the tube amp back behind me, so you get that warmth. And so I love that, and they're great. I also use this fast fret. I was at a, oh man, I was at a really cool thing the other night in Texas. Frankie Smith, the pastor, living for the Brand Cowboy Church, Wayne Jumper, the worship leader, invited me out, and they had an ultimate bullfighting event, which is not riding bulls, but just kind of like the rodeo. When it started off, I guess, with the rodeo clowns, and then they just, because people would go to a rodeo just to see the rodeo clowns. And then they got better and better and better and better and made a sport out of it. And they'll just jump right over their backs and their horns and run on their backs. And I mean, it's just amazing what those boys could do. And so they had about a 2-hour rodeo, and then we played. So it was outside in a dusty arena, a beautiful place though. It was unbelievable. And so I took out my fast fret and I loaded it down on my electric guitar and then on my acoustic guitar. And that was really great. So we appreciate you folks supporting us, and you can get my strings, my signature strings, right from the site here. And they also have them, I think, at Sweetwater as well. This is the classical or nylon set. It has a wound silver third and stone ground first and second, and which I love a wound third. Again, you get that really round tone on your nylon string guitar. And then this is actually phosphor bronze, but it's in the gauge that I like: 11.5, 15, 22, 30, 42, and 54. And those have been out for a long time too. And so we appreciate you folks. Give us a good like and subscribe, if you will, and that would be great. At the end of my service, I had the entire Sunday morning service on Sunday in Athens, Texas. And at the end, Pastor Frankie said, "Hey Doyle, can you play Freebird?" And I hadn't played it in a long time, and so I hope I do all right on it now. But I love this guitar. This is a Godin A12, and it's not a lot of money. It's not a very expensive guitar, but it is a really, really, really good guitar, especially for stage. And I put a sticker on it. It's one of those wood stickers that you get, and I got it from Kings Canyon. It's made out of cedar. And after I saw those huge cedar trees, this has a cedar top, and so that's just what that's about. Just clowning around a little bit. Has a wonderful sound to it. Now you can tell already there's a real full sound, but one reason is not, is because I switched the strings around. When I play, I'm hitting that droning, that bass. Normally you would hit this first. And I don't even barely hit that string. So I switched the A's and the E's around. days ago, I was in Jacksonville with my mother and my brother, and we went over and visited my dad's grave. And he died in November, 13 years ago in '08. I was going to do How Great Thou Art, but I've kept you a long time already. And so I'll be doing more of that. And so, but as I looked over at his flowers that we put on his grave, and I just looked over the top of it, in a straight line right over to Ronnie Van Zant in his grave. And several of the boys are actually buried out there in that cemetery, Jacksonville, Florida. I was able to meet them, and they sat in a semicircle and just watched me play guitar. Just no pressure or anything, you know. Here's Alan Collins, voted the #1 rock guitar player in the world that year, and I'm at his house playing the guitar, and they kept saying, "Can you play more of that Travis stuff?" And do you know any Jerry Reed? And one of the guys responsible for that meeting also was Jeff Carlisi, who I talked with, probably pretty much stay in contact with him every week. Him and also Governor Huckabee, who is a real music fan, and Willie Mosley. We just kind of have a little circle. We go around all the time, and so I hope you guys will enjoy that, and especially you, Jeff, because a lot of people don't know you wrote songs with Ronnie, and a lot of the experiences that you have, and you continue to share them and share photos with me that nobody else would ever see. They grew up in a Pentecostal church, those boys. They said they grew up in a church not far from where I was, on the west side of town, and that's where all the cowboys live. If you want to go buy a pair of cowboy boots, you went to the west side of Jacksonville, and that's where they lived. And my friend Tim Hicks, that I used to hang out at his house every weekend. Didn't know it, but I was within blocks of those boys' houses, and I'd be over there playing my Jaguar with Tim, and then we'd ride his horse. I lived in the inner city of Jacksonville, Florida. It's amazing what a few miles would do. When you were over there, you felt like you were in Texas. Well, now I've been to Texas a lot of times, and Pastor Smith, I also want to dedicate that to you, and I hope all you folks are doing well. I want to say, too, that we are starting, I'm very excited about this. We're starting this month in November something I've been thinking about doing for a while called Sunday String Along. And that's where I just let my hair down and just preach a little bit. And so, some people say, well, you get a little too preachy. Well, we'll just move everything to the Sunday String Along. And so if it gets too hot in the kitchen for you on that, well, just go to my regular YouTube channel. But I challenge you to sit and listen, because I believe God is going to give me some messages. Already has. I can't wait to get this going, and I've been looking forward to it. And this is really where my heart is. And I love guitar. I love music. But it is not the most important thing in my life. And I'll have to say that God is, and my experience with Christ. And so I'll talk about that a lot, and I will get preaching on that. But that's my Sunday String Along every Sunday, and you'll have me. I'll be sort of your guitar pastor. I'll even preach out of the Guitar Player's Bible, the Amplified. Well, God bless you, folks. Hope to see you around soon if I'm in your area. Again, special thanks to Orange Amplifiers. And guess who just walked through the door? But my Lord, come here. Come here. Look at you. Yeah, look at you. Come here, Daddy. Oh, my Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. She does this on her own, folks. I don't know how she got through the door, but this is little E. But I'm glad she's here. Say hello, Lily. Happy fall. And folks, we'll see you again and see you around soon. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a good like, right? All right. Say all right.